I'm going to do a before and after on some of these, but before I touch any of it, I want to run it by you. What do you think?
That could be one of the worst ones I've ever seen.
Come on. Okay, so yeah, it did. Oh, it is coming off. Ooh, wait a second.
Yeah, so what's going on here?
I received something from a company that I think you know.
Yeah.
This Upstate.
Yeah.
They sent me this product right here. And now, first of all, I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce this. It's either E-Z-Est or E-Z-Est. What's the appropriate pronunciation, Tim?
E-Z-Est.
Coin cleaner. This is something you've used for a long time, right?
Yeah, it actually is probably the best dip for gold or silver, jewelry, coins, whatever.
So I brought some stuff along, Tim, that I want to just ask you about. I'm going to do a before and after on some of these, but before I touch any of it, I want to run it by you. So let's start with copper. It says copper, it cleans that. Is that something that makes sense to put in E-Z-Est?
It'll make the copper bright. I'm not sure what this is on the back.
Okay.
So
yeah.
it may make it really ugly.
Okay.
And
okay.
if it may dissolve that and transfer it.
Oh, wow. All right, so this is a seeded dollar that I bought for my son's Constitutional Silver Series collection. But this, normally you wouldn't put something like this into an E-Z-Est.
Well, no, because if it's circulated, it just will scream, "I've been cleaned."
Okay, but
And
what if it has...
it looks like it has already been cleaned, but
okay.
You don't need to, I mean, it's getting some of its natural toning back.
Yeah, and that's good. I think, though, in general, you should not use any product, including E-Z-Est, on a numismatic.
Yeah, I was going to just say collectible coins. You probably don't want to dip.
All right, so that's out. We're going to make a yes and maybe a yes, no, and a maybe here. So let's pre-33. There's some of that copper spots on there. Do you see that?
Yep. Copper spots are a lot more difficult.
Okay.
And,
okay.
You know, I have removed them from bullion coins. You have to be really careful to do that. I mean, someday if we get a maple leaf in there that has a copper spot, I'll show you how to do that.
Okay. So that's a no.
You really have to be careful.
No.
Well, let me look at this a second.
Okay.
I think it would. The problem is it's a circulated coin.
Right.
Okay. So it'll look like a very well cleaned circulated coin.
Right. But it's not graded. It's a circulated coin.
I think there are parts of the copper spotting, and you have some extreme parts and some softer parts.
Right.
It may remove the softer ones.
All right, so that's a maybe. Again,
Yeah,
this is not a rare, graded coin.
You know, it is a circulated coin. It's probably not going to alter the value at all.
That's the important thing.
And that's because you know, they are very close to whatever the spot price is in gold. All the the 20s are very close to that.
Okay. And then I have let's take the eagles.
It may take the toning off, but it will really highlight the scratches.
Okay, but it's not going to do anything to its value if I dip it, right?
No, and this is another one, same thing.
Okay, so these are yeses.
You know, they might be good candidates to dip just to see.
Yeah.
But it's not going to improve the condition.
All right, let's switch over to some poured silver. So this is a fun Lego piece.
Yep.
Has a little toning on it. Again, no problem dipping that, right?
No, I wouldn't worry about that. Any of the bullion silver, it's not a problem.
This is an anniversary piece from Silver Dragons. He made that for me for our silver anniversary, my wife and I, Mrs. Yankee and I. It's a beautiful...
You hadn't married that long? Wow.
Yeah, 30 years coming up this August.
Boy, don't let her go. Holy cow.
I married up, Tim. You know that. So that was a nice pour. I am going to dip that. I'm going to dip this. And a couple bars. I've got a New Hampshire bar.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt.
Doesn't hurt the New Hampshire bar.
Bullion is not going to hurt.
So, okay. So bullion. That includes a Kennedy. Just a 90% Kennedy. What do you think?
That could be one of the worst ones I've ever seen.
Come on. Dippable.
Yeah,
Eminently,
might,
it's
but
circulated, right?
You know, it doesn't matter. When I open a bag of Kennedy halves, there are uncirculated ones. There's some that have been around for a long time. It just doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
And they made millions of half dollars in 1964.
So I'm a yes on that.
Yeah.
Big question here, Tim. Milk spots. So we've got two. This is a Philharmonic.
Yeah.
Really, really milky. Does E-Z-Est take milk off?
Usually no, but I've had it take some off, and I'm not sure what the difference is because usually the milk spots are in the metal.
Right. I
And
didn't think it would.
if it's in the metal, might take them off. If it's just because of the way it was stored, it might take it off.
All right, I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to do before and after shots on all these.
Won't hurt them a bit.
That's a silver commemorative, George Washington. What do you think about that one?
Well, one of the things this is really good on is sterling.
Okay.
And that's a sterling coin.
Sterling silver, right? All right, so that's a easy must do. And then the last one,
Yep.
my Libertad in a capsule. This is a brilliant uncirculated Libertad. It's toning around the edges. What do you think, Tim?
It's not going to hurt it. It might improve it.
Really?
Yeah, because it doesn't have any scratching or anything. If it had any problems, it would just highlight the problems.
Okay.
But that looks pretty clean.
All right, so I will take that out of the capsule. So yes, maybe, no. And that's good because I wasn't planning on doing the seated Liberty. That you just don't do it on these types of coins, guys.
Yeah, let's say you have a nice Morgan dollar, it has all kinds of toning to it. It'll remove all that. So
Okay.
if you like tone coins, you probably shouldn't drop them in there. Rinse it right away. In fact,
Rinse
when
it?
I dip coins, I usually have the tap running. So I take it out, make sure, because if you're holding it when you dip it in, and they recommend you use latex gloves or something.
Right.
But if you're holding it, just keep in mind that whatever you're holding is not going to get treated. So you want to maybe, before you take it out, turn it around.
Well, they say it includes a basket for the coins too. You can actually put them in and lower them and bring them out.
I haven't seen it. Did you get a basket?
Inside, it comes inside the thing.
You sure about that? Have you opened it?
No. Dipping basket now included.
Oh, well, that's interesting.
Thanks for running through that.
Probably not a good idea to drink it. It smells kind of good, so you might think it would be tasty.
All right, here we are. We've got a black towel with silver, gold, and copper on it. I've got distilled water here that I'm going to rinse off the items in. You don't have to use distilled water. You might want to use a running tap, but I have well water, highly mineralized well water. So I'm going to stick with the distilled water for this demonstration. All right. And I'm also doing the copper last because Tim scared me with what might happen when I put the copper in. And I want to make sure I've gotten through all my silver and gold products first. Here's the E-Z-Est. I've already taken the seal off. Ooh, and there is the basket. It's in there. I am wearing gloves because, I want to make sure I keep my hands out of this solution as much as possible. So let me put that down there. All right. Look at that. It kind of tips a bit. I wish it was more weighted. Well, that's interesting. Now, you're supposed to, according to directions, only put it in for about 5 seconds. So 3 to 5 seconds, that's it. Then it's going to go into the water. So let's start with this. Let's put it in. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000. Wow. Oh, man. Look at this. Wow, that is wonderful. Let me put this back here. All right, now let's get to the New Hampshire bar. Put that in. 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000. Okay. Now, I'm not rubbing much, just maybe a tiny bit on these items. But let's take a look at this. All right, well, that That certainly cleaned it up. Very cool. So that's the New Hampshire bar. Let's do the Yankee Doodle bar. This one has a lot of special meaning to me. You might remember from my earliest days on my channel. Yeah, it definitely cleaned it up. That's shinier. Very cool. All right. Lego. Let's do the Lego. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000. Wow. Yeah, that made a big difference on those, on the top part here. All right. Let's get to the Sovereign Silver. I'm going to start with this 2001 American Silver Eagle. Wow. Oh my goodness. Man, you could smell the sulfur in the air when that was in solution. That is so cool. We'll put that back. All right, let's do the 2000. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000. That had a little bit more grime on it. Very cool. That's the 2000 Silver Eagle. Now it's time to check out what E-Z-Est will do with milk spots. All right, so let's start with the Canadian Maple. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000. First glance, I don't see a big difference at all. I don't see any difference, actually. Milk spots on that doesn't seem to have gone away. Let's try the Philharmonic. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000. I like the basket. That is really cool. Very easy to use. I'm still seeing the same spots. I think the verdict on the milk spots is E-Z-Est is not going to do much there. Oh, I'm really looking forward to the Libertad. But before we get to the Libertad, let's do the Kennedy half dollar. Let me just tell you guys, I'm doing the Kennedy half dollar just to see what happens. I don't clean my 90% silver, my constitutional silver. I think it has earned the right to be dirty. So it's circulated. Why not just leave it the way it is? But if you want to see what happens, let's try it. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000. My guess is there's not going to be much. Okay, so yeah, it did. Oh, it is coming off. Oh, wait a second. This looks like a double dip candidate here. Oh, I can smell the sulfur smell. Yeah, let's double dip this Kennedy half dollar. Wow, big difference there. Pretty cool. All right, the gold. Now, again, I wouldn't clean even a jewelry grade circulated Liberty Head gold coin, but let's see what happens. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000. Yep, they're still there. Both sides, I see the copper spots. No real difference. It was a good test. I'm going to have to go back to Tim and have him show me how to get the copper spots off gold. All right, the final precious metals piece is that Libertad. Let's do it, guys. This is a big one. Hopefully it'll fit in here. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000. Wow. It all came off. That's impressive. Yeah, we'll dry that off, put that back in its coin capsule. But I'm impressed, and that's bullion, guys. I'm not against cleaning silver bullion like that Libertad. I think that's perfectly fine. All right, the last thing is this copper. I have no idea what's going to happen with the copper. Let's find out. And by the way, while I'm waiting for this, I'm going to tell you, Tim is right. This stuff smells really good. I would advise you to open a window, do this in a well-ventilated area, especially if you're going to do it for any length of time. Huh. Not much. I think maybe the back was more of a burned or scorched color for the copper. Well, there you have it. There's my test of E-Z-Est coin cleaner. Let me know what you think of this in the comments below. And as always, I hope your day is A-OK.